All right, welcome everyone. Let's imagine a random Tuesday morning for a second. Your alarm goes off, but there's absolutely no sinking feeling in your stomach. You're just brewing coffee in your own kitchen, no fighting through that miserable gridlock traffic, no dreading the bosses yelling. And the absolute best part, you're actually making more money. Today's explainer is all about this. It's your ultimate, totally realistic escape plan from that completely draining 9-to-5 grind.
I mean, it sounds like a literal dream for any stressed out office worker, right? Making a serious income without ever stepping foot inside a gray cubicle. But listen, I'm not going to just sit here and hand you some generic list of remote jobs. No way. We're going way deeper than that today. This is specifically for those of you sitting there with absolutely zero prior freelancing experience, probably wondering if a transition like this is even, possible for you.
Because what I'm about to show you is a complete roadmap to the fastest growing freelance category in 2026. And hey, quick heads up. Towards the end of this explainer, I'm going to reveal a highly specific freelance job that is completely taking over right now. Even absolute beginners are landing high-paying clients in this niche. Honestly, when I first saw the earning potential for this final role, I actually couldn't believe it. So definitely stick around for that, because every single career path we cover today is going to be more fascinating than the last.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1, the stepping stones. These are accessible roles in content and video. So these are highly accessible jobs that require basically zero initial experience to get off the ground. The very first path, the AI content editor. Now, a lot of beginners immediately think, wait, doesn't AI just do everything by itself now? But the reality perfectly highlights the massive problem companies are currently facing. Sure, AI can turn out text, but let's be honest, it's usually incredibly robotic and super boring. Companies desperately need real, actual humans to take that AI-generated text and humanize it. Your job is to fix the grammar, inject some actual personality, and fact-check everything using 3 essential free tools: Grammarly, the Hemingway app, and good old Google Docs. It's exactly like being a traditional editor, except your super messy rough draft was literally written by a robot.
And you've got to see the math behind this role. Right now, clients are paying anywhere from $20 to $100 per article. Think about this logically for a second. If it takes you just 30 minutes to edit one single AI-generated article, and you charge, say, $40 for it, doing just 3 of those a day translates to over $2,000 a month. And that is all straight from your couch. The income potential here scales up incredibly fast. Which actually seamlessly builds right into our second role, the short-form video editor. This specific skill is exploding right now across Reels, Shorts, and TikToks. Every single creator needs these videos, but they absolutely do not have the time to sit down and edit them all. And that is exactly where you come in. And hey, if you're worried about needing thousands of dollars in expensive equipment, don't be. You can literally start this today with nothing but your smartphone. Just use basic free tools like CapCut for the editing, Canva for your visual elements, and maybe DaVinci Resolve if you ever decide to upgrade to a laptop later on. Knocking out a few of these short videos a day can easily net you over $1,500 a month.
Moving right along to Section 2, the visual hook, high-impact design and testing jobs.
So these are the roles that lean heavily on visual appeal, which is pretty much the lifeblood of modern digital businesses. Welcome to the incredibly lucrative world of the thumbnail designer. You have to remember, a thumbnail is literally the gateway to a creator's entire success. Huge YouTubers will happily, and I mean happily, pay $20, $30, or even up to $100 for a single highly clickable image. Booking just one creator for 10 videos a month, that easily adds a cool $1,000 to your monthly income.
Just ask yourself, have you ever clicked on a video simply because the thumbnail was so intriguing you just couldn't resist? Yeah, me too. Exactly. That right there proves the undeniable market value of this role. It's pure psychology. If you can design a thumbnail that actually goes viral, that client is probably going to hand you a permanent freelance contract right on the spot, and that allows you to easily scale this into a full-time design agency down the road. Now, the roles we've covered so far are absolutely incredible stepping stones. But wait, I just want to quickly remind you that our 2026 big secret is coming up very shortly. I am talking about the absolute most underrated role of the next few years, where complete beginners are charging thousands of dollars. So definitely keep that in the back of your mind as we keep going. Let's look at another super visual path, the AI image creator. Thanks to free or super low-cost tools like Midjourney, DALL-E, and Leonardo AI, a completely new industry has basically just been born. Businesses constantly need high-quality images for their social media posts, e-commerce product mockups, and brand ad creatives. If you can learn the surprisingly simple skill of writing effective text prompts, businesses will pay you real money to generate these assets for them. It's exactly like being a highly paid digital artist, but you never actually have to pick up a paintbrush. Landing consistent work here can easily pull in $2,000 to $3,000 a month.
Now, if design just isn't your thing, this next one might actually surprise you: the website tester. Honestly, it is perhaps the most straightforward job on our entire list today. It's literally just 3 simple steps. You open a new target website, you check around for any usability problems or broken links, and then you just record your honest feedback. Unlike social media management, which requires a heavy ongoing daily strategy, website testing is pure gig work with massive instant demand. Large companies are constantly paying everyday users to test their products before they launch them to the public. You can easily make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month just doing a few of these tests a week.
All right, let's pivot slightly to Section 3, the organizers, virtual management roles.
Let's shift our focus over to the operational side of the internet. If you are someone who naturally loves bringing order to total chaos, becoming a virtual assistant is your perfect ticket right out of that office. You can kind of think of a VA as the ultimate digital office manager. Overwhelmed business owners desperately need you to manage their chaotic email inboxes, schedule vital meetings, and organize incredibly messy data. By mastering simple free tools like Google Workspace, Trello, and Calendly, your hourly income in this role will skyrocket as you become completely indispensable to them. It's very common to reach $3,000 to $4,000 a month doing this.
Closely related to that is the social media manager. And here is the crucial point to understand. Every single business wants to grow online, but almost no traditional business owner actually has the time to sit there and create content. They need you to step in to schedule their weekly posts, write engaging captions, and build real growth strategies. Now, remember how website testing pays per individual gig? Well, in contrast, social media management offers incredibly steady, recurring monthly retainers. We're talking often $1,000 to $2,000 per client every single month because you literally become the permanent digital voice of their entire business.
And now, we've reached Section 4, the climax. This is the big surprise job of 2026.
Okay, here comes the absolute biggest twist that we've been building up to. Introducing the AI Automation Consultant. Now hold on, don't panic. I know the title sounds incredibly complicated, but the actual day-to-day job is surprisingly simple. Your entire role is basically just looking at how a manual business operates and then advising them on which AI tools they can plug in to save massive amounts of time and money. Local businesses aren't using AI properly right now simply because they just don't have the time to sit down and learn it.
And that creates the absolute perfect storm for new beginners. It is a massive, completely unfulfilled market opportunity. Because it sounds slightly technical, there is surprisingly low freelancer competition, yet the business demand is skyrocketing. Seriously, this is absolutely the most scalable path out there. Think about it. If you virtually walk into a business and set up a super simple, automated AI email responder that ends up saving the owner 20 hours a week, they will gladly hand you a $2,000 to $3,000 setup fee. Securing just 2 of those clients a month means $6,000 in income. The raw value you provide as an automation consultant is just unmatched.
Which brings us to Section 5, the execution, securing your first paid client.
Look, I can hear the hesitation through the screen. You're thinking, how do I actually get a real human being to pull out their credit card and pay me? Well, here is your exact chronological roadmap to landing that very first project. Step 1, build a targeted portfolio, even if it's just with practice projects. Step 2, do daily direct outreach to businesses. Step 3, apply on major freelance platforms like Upwork. Step 4, post your learnings on social media. For example, beginners constantly land their first $500 client just by posting a simple case study of a practice project on LinkedIn. It proves their value before they even ask for a job. And finally, Step 5, completely over-deliver on that first job to collect those absolutely crucial first reviews.
Always remember this golden rule. The first client is always the most difficult. After that, things literally just keep getting easier. If you are feeling stressed out about making this career transition, I want to reassure you right now, your imposter syndrome is totally valid. Breaking through that initial friction is definitely the hardest part, but once you get that very first paid project under your belt, that mental barrier completely shatters and the path to genuine, highly scalable career freedom opens up completely.
So, we've walked through the most highly accessible, high-earning remote roles coming up in 2026. The roadmap is officially in your hands now. So my final question to you is this: which of these freelance paths are you going to start today? It's time to stop just imagining your escape from the 9-to-5 and actually execute it. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Pick a path, dive right in, and keep growing. See you next time.